Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday News. Doing Sola Ogunbadewa is my name. President Bola Tinubu says Nigeria will co-host Investopia with the United Arab Emirates (UAE) in Lagos in February, an initiative aimed at attracting global investors and accelerating sustainable investment inflows. Tinubu made this announcement at the 2026 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week (ADSW), on the sidelines of which Nigeria also concluded a comprehensive economic partnership agreement (CEPA) with the UAE to deepen trade and cooperation in renewable energy infrastructure, logistics and digital trade. The president described CEPA as a historic and strategic agreement that will also enhance cooperation in aviation, logistics, agriculture, and climate-smart infrastructure, creating enduring opportunities for the people of the two countries. It stated that Investopia will bring together investors, innovators, policymakers, and business leaders to transform opportunities into commitment and ideas into investments. The United States Africa Command has said the U.S. forces have delivered critical military supplies to Nigeria in support of the country's ongoing security operations. In a post on X, AFRICOM said the U.S. forces delivered the supplies to Nigerian partners as part of efforts to strengthen bilateral security cooperation. The development comes amid Nigeria's continued military operations against insurgent groups, banditry and other security threats across different parts of the country. While details of the equipment were not disclosed, the delivery highlights ongoing defense collaboration between the U.S. and Nigeria, which includes training, logistics and intelligence support aimed at boosting Nigeria's counter-terrorism and stability operations. The U.S. Africa Command is a unified combatant command and the U.S. Department of Defense responsible for U.S. military operations, security cooperation, and promoting stability across Africa, excluding Egypt. States across Nigeria earmarked a combined 525.23 billion naira for security votes and related operations between 2023 and 2025, according to an analysis of figures extracted from the approved budget documents. The state's budgets are contained in Open States, a budget-backed website that serves as a repository of government budget data. The massive vote intended to bolster security nationwide raises critical concerns about the efficacy of these measures, as citizens remain increasingly vulnerable to the tide of violence. Although the responsibility for ensuring the safety of lives and property lies within the federal government, the increasing wave of kidnapping, robbery, and other forms of violence has compelled many state governors to set out their own internal security strategies to combat the menace. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAMB) has announced the sales of registration forms for 2026 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) and Direct Entry (DE) admissions for 2026-2027 academic session. JAMB stated this in a post on its X handle. According to JAMB, candidates must have obtained their National Identification Number (NIN) before registration. The agency said only candidates who will not be less than 16 years old by 30th September 2026 are generally eligible to apply and be considered. For direct entry candidates, the sales of the 2026 direct entry application documents and e-pin vending would commence on Monday, 2nd March 2026 and end by Saturday, 25th April 2026, and would only be at the board's states and zonal offices. The 2026 UTME will commence on Thursday, 16th April 2026 and end on Saturday, 25th April 2026. According to JAMB, mock UTME, which is optional, shall hold on Saturday, March 28, 2026. The All Progressives Congress APC in Ogun State has commenced the electronic registration and re-registration of members as part of a strategic mobilization drive to expand the party's base, strengthen internal cohesion, and prepare the party for future political engagements. Flagging off the exercise on Tuesday, the Ogun State Governor, Prince Takbo Abiodun, described the initiative as a major opportunity for party members and supporters across the state to deepen their commitment to the APC, which he reaffirmed as the largest and most successful political party in Africa. Details are in this package.
Represented by his deputy, Engineer Noimot Salako Uyedele, the governor of Ogun State said the registration exercise would open the door for new members to proudly join the winning party, while also providing a credible, transparent, and technology-driven membership database. According to him, the electronic process will eliminate manipulation and fraudulent practices, enhance accuracy, and ensure efficient data management in line with global best practices in political party organization. Governor Abiodun called on party leaders, stakeholders, and members at all levels to fully mobilize supporters across the state and ensure mass participation in the exercise.
Anybody who wants to be a member of our party, and like I said, this is a re-registration. So you remind people, yes, they were registered 4 years ago, but they have to re-register. So they shouldn't say that because they had done it 4 years ago, they have no need to do so. This is a re-registration, and everybody has to come on board the e-platform that has been put in place today. This is an opportunity for us to also make sure that we remind people who want to be part of us, who are proud to be associated with us, that that association must be carried along to the general election and they must have their INEC voters card. So if anybody comes and wants to register, they do not have their INEC registration, which is a prerequisite for the registration, you can then direct them to go and register at INEC so that they can become bona fide members of our party.
In his remarks, the state chairman of APC, Chief Yemi Sanusi, urged party faithful to see the exercise as a unifying and strengthening process rather than a passive or transactional venture. Chief Sanusi called on party leaders across the 236 wards of the state to provide full support for the exercise and assure members that the party leadership will deploy additional registration centers and operators where necessary to accommodate all prospective members within the limited time available.
I appeal to you, our leaders, especially the ward leaders who are to anchor this exercise, that all adults that are willing to register as our party member must be registered.
The flag-off ceremony also featured the electronic registration of key party leaders, including the Deputy Governor, the Speaker of Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Ludaisi Elemide, the Secretary to the State Government, Mr. Tokumbo Talabi, and the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Dr. Toyin Taiwo, underscoring the leadership's commitment to the exercise. Represented by his deputy,
Ogun State House of Assembly has assured the community leaders of people of Akure community and other affected villages near Iruwa in Ijebu Northeast and parts of Ijebu East local government area that immediate steps would be taken to address the indiscriminate military land acquisition, creating tension and apprehension among residents in the areas. Speaker Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide gave the assurance while leading other members of the Assembly on an on-the-spot assessment of the affected areas. Kolawale Osho's report is presented in this package.
Leading members of the Ogun State House of Assembly on an on-the-spot assessment tour to the affected areas, Speaker Right Honorable Oludaisi Elemide explained that the land crisis stemmed from the failure to properly gazette and document the earlier review that reduced the portion allocated to the Nigerian Army, while commending the members representing the two affected constituencies, Honorables Oluwaseun Adesanya and Waliu Owode, for their efforts and urged the residents to remain peaceful and law-abiding as elected representatives move to address the matter.
Ensure that this House will do everything within our constitutional right to assist.
Speaker Elemide also advised all affected communities to formally communicate the House of Assembly, assuring that lawmakers will deliberate on the matter and adopt a resolution to be communicated to the appropriate authorities for necessary actions towards achieving a permanent resolution. On their part, the member representing the two constituencies, Honorables Adesanya and Owode, assured the people of lasting resolution, encouraged them to remain calm and law-abiding as they intensified efforts to resolve the dispute.
We don't want you people to take us into your hands. We are law-abiding citizens.
The State Surveyor General, Surveyor Oladele Ewulo, stated that his team had conducted an initial assessment of the area and would undertake further investigation and inquiries, noting that the outcome would guide stakeholders towards a peaceful and sustainable resolution. The Kabiyesi of Akunre Kingdom, Oba Jimson Owode Oyelaja, stressed that Akunre and other affected villages had existed for over 600 years, and lamenting recent demolition, loss of life, destruction of schools, hospitals, houses, and properties allegedly linked to the enforcement of the disputed acquisition.
Our people have been dying in villages of traffic, including violence. So that is why we cry out for you, sir. So please come and help us to get us out of this problem so that there won't be any violence in our place.
Major General S.A. Odunsi, retired, explained that the Akunre community was seeking legislative intervention to restore ancestral lands excessively acquired by the military in 1977, noting that although a reduced portion was earlier agreed upon for military use, a 1987 Gazette controversially reinstated the large expanse, thereby plunging the people into decades of uncertainty.
Only the political solution of our elected representatives, especially the legislature, can bring full restoration of this case. That's why we believe your visit today, therefore, is proudly significant, sir. It signifies that a democratic solution is within reach.
The retired general further appealed to the State House of Assembly to treat the matter with the urgency it required as the dispute approaches its 50th anniversary.
All 12 Ibarapa towns in Ogun State have been urged to come together and speak with one voice as the 5th Orile Itafin Ibarapa Day was celebrated. The call came as the palace of the Onitafin of Orile Itafin, Oba Maruf Alani Adebayo, alongside a community borehole project, was inaugurated by the Alaki and Paramount ruler of Ibaland, Obadi Dotumaremu Gbadebo. Matthew Shewumi reports.
Orile Itafin under Odeda local government area came alive with color, culture, and celebration as sons and daughters of Ibarapa land gathered for the 5th Orile Itafin Ibarapa Day. As part of the activities lined up for the celebration, the Alake and Paramount ruler of Ibaland, Obadi Dotumaremu Gbadebo, inaugurates the newly completed palace of the Onitafin of Orile Itafin, Oba Maruf Alani Adebayo, as well as a borehole project to provide potable water for the community. Oba Gbadebo, alongside other traditional rulers, government functionaries, and dignitaries, later converged to celebrate the rich cultural heritage, unity, and progress of Orile Itafin. Commissioners for local governments and chieftaincy affairs, Honorable Ganiyu Amzat, and Culture and Tourism, Chief Sheson Fagbayi, expressed satisfaction with the level of development recorded in the community, attributing the progress to purposeful leadership under the reign of Oba Moruf Alani Adebayo.
Kabiyesi has done a lot for his people. So we now have a palace, and there are some other projects that we'll be commissioning.
I would urge them, home and abroad, the sons and daughters of Ibarapa, to come together, rally around Kabiyesi.
Traditional rulers and other dignitaries commend the people of Orile Itafin for their choice of a monarch, noting that peace, unity, and development continue to thrive in the land.
All this Orile is the homestead where all of us came from before we spread out. I'm very proud of Kabiyesi, and I'll give it again to our paramount ruler for giving them Kabiyesi in this community.
I congratulate the entire indigenous of Orile Itafin. We believe by this time next year, the coronation will be more colorful.
Speaking at the event, the Onitafi of Orile Itafin, Oba Moruf Alani Adebayo, describes the celebration as a unifying platform for all Ibarapa communities in Ogun State aimed at fostering cooperation, unity, and sustainable development while appreciating the people for their support and commitment.
I thank my people for the support I've been enjoying from them.
Highlights of the celebration include the conferment of traditional titles on deserving indigenes who pledge continued loyalty and support to the monarch and the development of the community. The event reaches a colorful climax with electrifying performances by guest artists, adding glamour and excitement to the celebration. Matthew Umi, OGTV News.
Before I go on the midday news, you cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Thank you for watching the midday news. Join us again at 2 for more news. Bye for now.